Why did Jungkook suddenly cry during BTS's internal meeting? What did Taehyung say that made him unable to hide his tears in front of the other members? These questions are now shaking the Korean entertainment world and the global ARMY community, following an exclusive report mentioning a personal decision by Taehyung that directly impacts his emotional relationship with Jungkook. Speculations have emerged. Some say there is internal conflict. Others suspect that Taehyung's decision is a farewell. But one thing is certain: Jungkook's tears are not just ordinary crying. Those tears carry significant meaning, holding a deeper story than just military service issues or individual activities. Now the public asks, what really happened between them? According to reports from entertainment industry sources who wish to remain anonymous, a silent atmosphere enveloped the meeting room when Taehyung conveyed his shocking decision to the BTS members. No cameras recorded, no media were present, but several sources mentioned that Jungkook's reaction was the most emotional compared to the other members. He was said to lower his head for quite a while before finally wiping his face repeatedly, a clear sign that he was holding back an emotional outburst. This situation raises a big question. Does Taehyung's decision involve his permanent departure from the group? Or just a long hiatus to pursue things outside the music world? Even more surprising, some fans have started to rediscover clips and old interviews of Taehyung where he expressed a desire to live more peacefully and normally after going through the military phase. Could that be an early hint of the decision now beginning to unfold? If it's true that Taehyung decided to distance himself from the entertainment world after completing his military duties, then it's not just the group's career that's affected. Personal relationships among members, especially with Jungkook, who has been his friend since trainee days, are also shaken. Jungkook's tears are not just those of a colleague, but the expression of a brother who has lost direction over a new reality he is not ready to face. Some industry observers state that this decision is not entirely sudden. In various public interactions before military service, Taehyung appeared increasingly introspective. He began to appear less on social media. He reduced variety show activities and spent more time on personal art projects. Some say that Taehyung even made secret trips abroad without official agendas, allegedly to seek inspiration or simply to get away from the spotlight. Meanwhile, Jungkook, known to be more open and expressive, once mentioned in a live broadcast that there are things I can't even talk about with anyone. That sentence is now considered a signal that something was emotionally affecting him, possibly directly related to news from Taehyung. Although there has been no confirmation from the agency, public pressure on hybe labels is now increasing. Fans demand an open explanation, not only to calm ARMY but also to straighten out increasingly uncontrollable speculations. Is it true that there will be an official announcement regarding Taehyung's status after military service? Why has there been no firm statement denying these issues until now? In the Korean entertainment world, it's rare for a group to reach an iconic level like BTS. They are not just musicians, they are global symbols. So, when one of the group's pillars, Taehyung, is reported to want to step away from the spotlight, the impact is not only on fans but also on the members themselves. And Jungkook, as the youngest member who grew up with Taehyung in one life journey, becomes the person who feels the vibration of separation the most. Some reports even mention that after the internal meeting, Jungkook locked himself in the dorm for 2 days, refused to meet staff, and postponed several scheduled agendas. Although not fully verified, this claim adds to public concern about Jungkook's emotional condition. He is not only facing shocking news, but also an emotional crisis that is not easily hidden. The climax of this situation is not only in Taehyung's decision, but in the psychological impact it has on his closest circle. This is not about music projects, not about hiatus, but about how someone grows and finally chooses their own path, even if that path makes those closest to him cry. Now, the ARMY community worldwide unites in one voice, supporting whatever decision Taehyung makes, while praying for emotional strength for Jungkook. They flood social media with messages of love, encouragement, and hope that BTS remains intact in whatever form, but the public still asks, Will this be the beginning of a major change in BTS's structure? Will Taehyung truly leave the stage for a long time? And can Jungkook return to perform with full spirit after facing this emotional reality? Behind all the speculation, the tears, and the overwhelming public emotional reaction, one major question remains unanswered. Did all of this really happen? Or is it a cleverly crafted narrative designed to shake the media and the public? When the news of Jungkook's tears following Taehyung's personal decision surfaced, many immediately accepted the information as absolute truth. Yet others began to question, why does such a major news story lack official documentation, have no concrete statements from the agency, and rely only on unnamed insiders? In the age of social media and viral marketing strategies, isn't it highly possible that emotional narratives like this are intentionally formed to generate waves of attention? Just imagine for a moment. What if the entire sequence of information we've consumed, from the news of internal meetings, Taehyung's decision, to Jungkook's emotional reaction, was constructed in such a way to evoke mass sympathy and concern? If that's the case, then we are witnessing a high-level communication strategy from the Korean entertainment industry. However, on the other hand, this could be a painful truth. That indeed, there is emotional turmoil within the group, that Taehyung's decision is not something to be taken lightly, and that Jungkook, as a human being, has the right to feel such deep sadness. But how can the public distinguish between reality and a deliberately designed scenario? This question becomes even more important to raise because in the absence of official statements, the public tends to fill the information gap with assumptions. And assumptions that are continuously spread, especially through major media and social platforms, can quickly become the new truth, even if there is no authentic evidence to support them. Do you believe that Jungkook's tears truly happened because of Taehyung's decision? Are you convinced that the decision was purely emotional and not part of a pre-planned narrative to build sympathy ahead of their return from the military? We live in a time where the line between reality and information manipulation grows thinner. Every emotional moment can be packaged into content. Every conflict can be turned into a marketing strategy. So, is this news one of them? Or are we, as fans, simply too cynical, too quick to doubt, and forget that these artists are also human beings with real emotions? Maybe the tears were real. Maybe the decision truly came from the heart. But maybe this is just a grand stage we're all watching without realizing that we're part of the performance. Now we ask you, what do you think about this story? Do you believe this really happened? Or is it just an illusion created by the entertainment industry? Do you think articles like this deserve to be discussed? Or do you feel it's all too dramatic to be real? Feel free to share your opinion. Because in the end, truth is not just determined by the media, but also by the critical awareness of readers like you.